Hey YouTube, this is Kitty Wolf 13, Irene here for another quick update. I have Kanda here in some temporary duds. As you can see, I did put her together. So she's going to be more of a punkish kind of character, but I figured I'd dress her up in some PJs and get her comfortable and put some eyes in. I don't think these are going to be her default eyes. They're kind of large and bright, but you know, she needed something. So here she is. I figured she'd be in the video for me. Today I went out thrifting with my brother because every once in a while we do that. And unfortunately, none of the thrift stores near my area tend to be any good. They're very upscale for Goodwills and thrift stores, and they're very expensive. And I like thrifting through places where things are grungy and dirty and you find goodies hidden in places. It's like playing hide and seek. That's what I like. So we went to a nearby city, basically, and went to play in a lot of thrift stores and flea markets and stuff. Like, we left the house at 9:30 and we got back at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, we started off by hitting a flea market, and that's pretty much the majority of the goodies I got were from there. My brother was looking for some vintage game system type accessories, and I was looking for anything that looked interesting. I like anything from, you know, vintage dolls to video games, whatever. So, I don't know, I thought it'd be fun to share some of the loot that I found in my travels, because usually around here, the loot is not that great. I'll usually find one or two good things for one thing in particular, but other than that, it's never any good. So, the most part, I got most of the stuff from one vendor. There was a woman there who has several booths, I guess you can call them, and she has a lot of, like, I don't know, junk. I guess she goes through garage sales and just picks up stuff. And then she puts them on shelves, and is like, okay, this shelf is $1, this shelf is $2. And unless they're fairly large items, everything in her booth was like $1 or $2, and so it was pretty nifty. So I went through, and I picked up a couple of things. They're all like little vintage dolls. This was one of them. You're not going to be able to see it very well, but it's filled with all these tiny little cloth dolls. The majority of them have little wooden beads for faces. There's a couple that have buttons for faces. These are my favorite. There's one here with it's actually cloth with a painted face, and there's a red head in here too. And, so yeah, this one here has a button. So I think this bag was like $1 or something like that, and I thought it was really cute, and for $1, who could pass it up? Dollies for the dollies. The thing that caught my eye originally was this guy. This really dirty Kewpie doll. So he's gonna get a bath. Probably very soon. I was never a fan of Kewpie dolls. And a couple of years ago I went to an antique shop that I like a lot. And they had this basket of bigger Kewpie dolls. They were like this big in comparison to this little guy. And they were all about the same size. One or two of them had an outfit. One of them, when you squeezed him, would squeak. I thought this one would squeak because he's got a hole in the bottom, funny enough, but he doesn't. So, no squeakers. I'm not even sure this is a real Kewpie, because the ones I have at home actually have, like, the mark of the company on the back of the head. This guy has no markings. But I don't know. I saw him and I was like, oh, $1. Who can resist? But yeah, so there was the bin of Kewpies, and I felt bad for them, and ended up, I didn't bring the whole bin because they were like $15 a piece, and I wasn't going to haggle, and what was I going to do with like 5 or 6 Kewpies of the same size and style? So I bought one that was a hard vinyl, and she had a complete outfit with the exception of shoes, and then I bought one because, well, it squeaked, and that amused me, so when you squeezed it, it squeaked. So I bought those two home out of simply like, here's this giant antique mall with all these expensive, beautiful things, and here's this random basket of these poor, neglected Kewpies. So I brought 2 of them home with me. So today, when I saw this guy, he had to come home with me too. I don't know why. I guess I'm just on a vintage doll kick. So, yeah. Vintage Kewpie. Another vintage dolly I picked up was this one. This one Anne Picard would probably enjoy. She had a couple of strawberry shortcakes dolls. A few of the vintage ones and a few of the newer ones, I guess they were. This was the one in the best condition. I couldn't tell if the other ones had like that mildew that the vinyl gets or if they were really dirty. There was another one that had like a pinhole in the middle of her forehead, which was a shame. So I picked up this girl because, well, she had a little outfit on. And I figured with like a little headband, this hair was definitely doable. I mean, it's a little sparse in the back. But I thought she was cute, so she came home with me. Again, another little dollar doll. And then, the other things that I found at this woman's booth that I really enjoyed was these little charms. They're wooden charms. And I'm guessing they're like, I don't know, probably little mementos from a trip to Japan, like maybe a visitor center. Like this one in particular says on the back, Memo. And on the front, it says Tokyo. And as you can see, it's a little Kokeshi. She's got her little sandals, and I'm not sure if she was supposed to have a bow. She might have had a bow, or that just might be the obi, and she's playing with a little ball. And there's a little bell on it. But I thought it was way too cute to pass up, so I picked up that one. And as I was walking around, I noticed they had a few more. So then I picked up this little guy. Don't know what he's supposed to be. He's got like little books or some sort of maraca or clapper thing in his hands. And there's like mountains painted all around. But he makes this fun little clappy noise. And it's pretty loud, so I'm pretty sure, I'm sorry if that like totally busted your eardrums. But I thought he was really cool. And I love things that make noise with bells, and that noise is really cool. And then I found this guy. I don't know what he is. Maybe he's a pufferfish in a school uniform. But like his little legs dangle. But I don't know. He's really goofy. I mean, look at that face. He's got a little belt and a little felt hat. Maybe he's like a school kid. I took the other two wooden hanging charm things, so I couldn't not take this guy, even though I wasn't too fond of him. But looking back now, I think he's kind of funny. He's cool. Cool little guy. So the coup de grace of my trip to the flea market was this. This is a PlayStation 1 game that my brother had a demo disc that had a bunch of demos, like Tomb Raider, and it was back when PlayStation first came out, and they used to send out demo discs with the magazine, the PlayStation magazine. And so I had a demo for this game. It's called Intelligent Cube, and I really, really liked the demo. But I never found the game. Never. Anywhere. Never found it. I would go to anime conventions, and there'd be these people who specified in video games, and I would always ask them, do you have a copy of Intelligent Cube? And they'd be like, no, never seen it, never heard of it, never nothing, never had it, never crossed paths with it, or if they had it, it was like a ridiculous price, and I was like, nope, sorry, not gonna happen. So while my brother was looking for vintage cables and stuff like that, I was looking around at the games just for fun, because I do play video games from time to time. And I'm much more of the weird video game collector for some strange reason. Hence this game. It's basically a game, a puzzle game, where you play this little guy, and you have to mark squares on the board and capture specific squares, like the green squares, and there's plain gray squares like these that you have to capture before they fall off the ledge of the level. But it's a fun puzzle game. I like puzzle games. So as he was talking, and I saw another game that I really liked that I didn't buy because I have it already on the PlayStation 3 because they reported it on an emulator type thing. But while I was looking at that and he was talking, I looked around and all of a sudden I saw that. And I was like, Is that what I think it is? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, do you know how long I've been looking for this game? I can't find it anywhere. So this was my favorite purchase of the day. A little more expensive than a couple of dollars, like all these little random figures, but well worth it. Because yes, I could have ordered it on Amazon, but I don't know, I'm an impulsive buyer, and I like buying things that are right there in front of me. So, yeah. So anyways, then we went through several, like, thrift stores. Most of them just had clothes and furniture, which I was not looking for. I like rummaging for toys and things like that. So we hit, what? 3 or 4 thrift stores, plus one antique shop because we thought it was a thrift store. And then at one of the last Goodwills, I found this. And I had to buy it because it was only 99 cents. Too cute to not buy it. It's a Tamagotchi lanyard with like a little clip-on figure of, I think it's Mimichi? I always get Mamachi and Mimichi confused because they look the same. Or they sound the same, the name is the same. But I figured it's brand new in the package, and it's 99 cents, so my Tamagotchis could use a lanyard, why not, right? So I picked it up for 99 cents. So that is my thrift store flea market haul. I had my surprise package come in, but my husband has it. I think it's either in his car or he left it at the in-laws' house, so I have to wait for him to bring that over to me. So I hope he doesn't come home too late so that I can retrieve my package. But, in which case I will do a video. Maybe I'll have to wait till tomorrow to do it. Keep you guys in suspense just a little longer. I'm trying to think, like, what hints I gave you. I gave you the hint that it's furry. And I guess I could say that it's brown with green. And I don't want to say the other hint that I was thinking about because it probably would give it away. So, think about it. It's furry, and it's brown and green. And that's all I'm going to tell you. So I guess, with that being said, the video's already 12 minutes long, surprisingly. So I'm going to go test out my PS2 now that I have some tricks on how to make sure, how to troubleshoot it. And I guess I'll be back later, YouTube. See ya.